Welcome, Cocktail Corner. I'm the Gnome, and this is Gnome's Tavern, and we're another great cocktail for you today. Now, today is going to be a little bit of a riff, because I want to celebrate two things that happened this week. One, it was the Louisiana Rum Day. It was August 22nd, and that's where a bunch of people went around to different distilleries and celebrated local rum here in New Orleans. And I want to give a huge shout out to the Rum Society for coming to visit my spot, 7-3 Distilling, to try some more of the rum I made, and they had a great time. I wasn't able to be there. I had some stuff I had to take care of, but I'm so glad y'all had fun, so big shout out to y'all. So we're gonna make a cocktail using rum. The other thing that happened this week is I met a guy named Rick, super cool dude, loves bourbon, came by, we hung out for an hour or so, and he gave me this cool Whistle Pig barrel aged maple syrup. So they put it in the barrel, rotated, seasoned the barrel with some maple syrup, and he gave me some. Apparently they don't sell this anymore, but you can use regular old maple syrup if you like. So big shout out to Rick for giving me this right here. And I was gonna do a treacle, but then I was looking and I saw this cool Manhattan riff, and I like Manhattan riffs, so we're gonna do that. And now this cocktail is gonna be called the 1764. And the reason why we're calling it 1764 is we're gonna use Louisiana ingredients besides the maple syrup. And 1764 is when the French Canadians came down the Mississippi because England took it over. England took over Canada, said, pledge allegiance to the Queen, learn English, and they were like, screw you. And so England kicked them out of Canada, and they came down the Mississippi here to New Orleans. And the first group left around 1764. The bigger group left around 1765, and it continued all the way to, let me make sure, 1785. And that's where we get our Cajun spirit that we get. So we have some Canadian in us. And actually, I, doing like a 21andMe or something, I forgot which one, said I had some Canadian genes in me. So maybe I can apply for citizenship and be a Canadian. So this is going to be the 1764. And if you like to support a Louisiana person, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on this video so you can catch more videos. We're gonna have some cool stuff. We're doing some cool projects. But also make sure that you purchase my bitters, because give some money to a great Louisiana business person and creator plus myself. We just uploaded the shop. We put in more bitters. We've got over 30 of the Earl Grey, which is our most popular one. So make sure you grab those bottles. And let's dive into the drink. All right, first thing, we're gonna add our rum. We're gonna do 2 ounces of Louisiana rum, or whatever rum you like. I prefer barrel-aged rum. I ran out of the Black Pearl, the 7-3 stuff I make, but we're gonna do a big shout out to my good friend Andrew and his rum distillery. So we're gonna do Renaissance rum, about 2 ounces of rum. Then we're gonna do an ounce of an amaro. I'm gonna do a Louisiana amaro, this one right here. There are some really cool amaros with like orange notes and stuff. Those would be really interesting. This one's a really herbal one, which I do like some nice herbal notes. That was a cool cork. And I want to keep it Louisiana, so we're gonna do an ounce of this amaro. Bam. But do the amaro that you think would go in best. And then we're gonna do half an ounce of our maple syrup, our bourbon maple syrup. I thought that was a cork. I'm not gonna lie, that tricked me. I haven't had this stuff yet, but oop. Hence why there's a little plastic thing. But we're gonna do half an ounce of the maple syrup my good buddy gave me. Half an ounce of that maple syrup. I know Courtney instantly put, when she saw this, she instantly put in her cart different ones. The bacon and eggs and pancakes, so we're gonna have a good time. Black walnut bitters would be fantastic in this, but I'm going to use the Gnome's Tavern bitters. Keep it Louisiana. We're going to do 2 big dashes. 1, 2. We're going to do one more. And that's the Gnome Tavern chocolate orange bitters. One of my favorite ones. So now let's stir it up and pour it out. All right. So now that we have our glass, we're going to take our nice chilled coupe glass right here. And we're gonna strain it on in. Ooh, that's such a pretty color. Perfect. And now we'll garnish it with a cherry. Bam! I picked the flamingo one because I used to work at the zoo, which is one of the best zoos in the country, the Audubon Zoo, and I was stationed by the flamingos, and they stunk. So that's why I used a flamingo toothpick. I don't know if you see it on camera. I don't know if you needed that fun fact, but it was a fun fact, so let's give it a try. Oh my gosh. That is delicious. I would say if you have a really strong amaro, you might want to go 3/4 amaro. This amaro is pretty strong. So I'm getting a lot of those flavors, but the rum's fantastic. I love the maple syrup, and the chocolatey afternotes is to die for. That's a good one. This is a good after dinner cocktail. Really, really good one that I am going to keep on sipping on while I edit this video and the other videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy National Louisiana Rum Day. Thank you, Rick, for my bottle of maple syrup. And don't forget to always tip that bartender. Cheers, y'all.